guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry it's been a few weeks. My computer was in the shop, so I had some like virus on it or something, so I just went ahead and just waited until that was all back and then I can redo my video. So I was at lunch with my sister last week and she asked me, my little sister, she asked me if I can do some kind of a video where I could just have specific makeup, like little lessons kind of thing, like can you do like a brow, can you do concealer, like type of thing like that. She's like, because it's hard for me to follow when you do everything at once. So I thought that was a great idea because that way I can break my videos up into a couple videos instead of me having to do one look, which I did this look, but I broke it up into brows, into eyeshadow, into concealer, and into face and contour. So this way, like, you know, if oh, I want to do brows, like I could just go to that one. It's obviously a little shorter than a big, long, drawn out one. So that's what I did. I thought it was a great idea, and I'm super happy that she gave me that idea. But it's basically this look just broken down. The only thing that's kind of weird is that some of the things that I do, like let's say for instance, I usually do my under eyes after my concealer. And this time I did it before because I did the eyes all together. So you'll see what I mean when you watch the video. But yeah, I'm not gonna put them all up at once. I'm gonna go ahead and do one each week. So basically the first one will be brows, the second one will be the eyeshadow, third one will be concealer, and the fourth one is just the rest of it, like the basically the complexion, the foundation, contour, powder, and blush. And then I just threw my lips on with it because nobody needs to be taught how to put lipstick, right? So I hope you enjoy these videos. If you want to see how I got the brows, keep watching this one. Okay guys, so I'm starting off with my brows, and I did do one brow right now only because I wanted you to see the difference. When I just do both brows at the same time, even though I go from nothing to brows, you really can't see the difference unless you basically see them together. So this is obviously my natural brow, and then here's where I have my brow done. So my old brow routine, which is about 2 years ago, I posted. I just didn't like the quality of the video at all. First of all, it was way up close and it just looked, you know, a little strange. I do still use the same products as far as the powder that I use. It's the 963 Ash Brown from Wet n Wild. I've used this, my son turned 11 yesterday, so I've used this since I was pregnant with him. I remember I started using it. So yes, I've used this. I mean, obviously not the same one, but I basically have repurchased it. I finally stocked up online, and I think I have like 5 new ones ready to go. But I only use the one color in here, which is this little soft brown color. So yeah, but I really love it. And I feel like I'll never use another powder because it just, the color is perfect for me, and I just love the consistency. So anyways, I use that with a stiff angled brush, and this is the number 12 from Smashbox. I do have other angled brushes. I actually have this nice little brow brush with a little spoolie on the end, but the bristles are very soft, so they move around, as opposed to this one's a little harder. So I just really like this one. It picks up the color a little bit more. So anyways, the first thing that I do is take an actual just spoolie brush, and this one is from Luxie. It's the 201. So basically what I do is I brush up my brow hairs to kind of where I want them. You can see I'm pretty like empty, I'm pretty full right here, but empty out here. So I obviously have to focus the color on the outside the most. So what I'm going to do is take my pencil brush and dip it into the powder, and then I just start underneath where it starts to get really thin. And I start to focus more of the color there, drawing it up towards the arch. So I'm just doing little feathery strokes, filling that in. And then as it comes to the top of the arch, I just start to kind of like curve it down. Now I don't worry too much that it's not like really heavy. This is just basically shaping out my brows, because then I go in with the actual pencil. I guess the difference that I used to do was I used to shape it out with the pencil, but then it gets a little too harsh. If you pencil too much first, your brows are a little, it's just heavier. so this is a little softer. It keeps like the texture. Now I go in with the actual pencil, and today I'm going to use the Morphe Latte pencil. I do change my pencils. I have multiple pencils. I really don't have a preference in the pencil. It's really the brow powders what really I really feel is the most important for me. I have let me show you how many pencils I actually have. These are the majority of the pencils that I have. I have the Kylie Jenner pencil. I have the Maybelline Total Temptation. This one is the Wander Beauty. This one is Billion Dollar Brows. And then this one is the Benefit Precisely My Brow. So I like all of these. I don't have a problem with, I feel like they all do the same thing for me because all I'm doing is filling in from where I've already just shaped it. So I'm going to take that Morphe pencil, and I'm just going to go ahead and start feathering in where it's empty. So I already have the shape. Oops. And now I'm just kind of filling it in. You can see that. And then I'm going to go right in the front and just kind of go underneath. Now I still do use, from my other brow tutorial, and I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Dip Brow Pomade. I do use that if I really want a real dramatic brow. I'll just go underneath and just kind of brush it in. But this is just more natural every day. And I feel like even if I'm wearing like a full eyeshadow, which I'm going to do today, I feel like this still is enough. And that's just because I added one extra step into my brow routine. I used to do just this color and then the Anastasia Beverly Hills gel, but now I add one more step to my brows. That is the Urban Decay Brow Endowed. It does have a primer and a color, so it does the same thing as far as like holding your brows in place. On one end it's a little primer, and it just basically like pushes your brows up so they look a lot fuller without having to put so much pigment. It just kind of makes them automatically stand up more to give that more fullness look. And then I take the other side with the color, and this is the color I use is called Cafe Kitty. It's a very light, it's not very light, but it's a light brown. And I just start in the center because I want the most color here in the middle of the brow, and then just kind of feather it out. And then what's left on the brush is what I bring inside. So there you go. So now you see it's like art built up to the brow that I like. Now the difference from this eye also is now I've gone underneath with a concealer on this one. So now what I'm going to do is take this Limelife by Alcone. It's actually a concealer in a little pan. And so you're able to just put your brush into it and kind of go under the brows and sculpt out, and basically cleaning up where you might have brought it down too low, and then you just kind of bring it above as well and kind of sculpt out the top. And you just kind of go over the top, and you're basically just carving out that brow. So the next thing I'm going to do is take a synthetic brush, and I'm basically just going to kind of buff it out. Now I could go down onto the lid and just use it as my, I can go down onto the lid and use it as my primer, but I like using an actual shadow base for that now. So I just kind of smooth that out, going between my brows, and now everything looks nice and even. So obviously you can see it's a little bit of a few steps that I do to achieve my brows, but after this I am now able to kind of see where my shadow is going to, it's like a frame for my shadow. So that's why I always do my brows first, and then it's pretty much why I do my brows before I come on camera usually, because it just eliminates that one step, but I always like to have them done first. I'm going to turn off the camera and I'm going to come back and we will do my eyes.